This semester, I was a peer mentor for the university seminar class, Rivalries in Sports, with Colin Lanham and Peter Michelle. Being a peer mentor for this class relates to my major because I am in school to be an elementary school teacher. While this is not quite the 3rd or 4th grade experience, it is still teaching. In a year and a half, I will have my own class of students to teach, and it will be me on my own for the first time, just like this was both Colin and Peter's first time teaching the class. For being coaches and such until now, they rocked the semester. Like some college classes, this happened to be an early one, beginning every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. When I become an elementary school teacher, this will likely be the time, or close to the time, that school begins each day. My school will go a lot longer than 10 a.m. though. Being at Maryville means, for the most part, smaller class sizes, and that is truer for the university seminar blocks. We have 22 students and 2 professors, which makes for an awesome teacher-student ratio. When I get my own class, I can only hope to be as lucky as to get a 1 to 20 ratio. In USEM this semester, the bulk of time was spent in groups working on projects. This entire class was dedicated to designing their own 30 for 30 sports video. In my classroom, we will have frequent group work. I believe that learning how to work in groups with new people is an important skill in life. Maryville is a digital world school and has generously provided every student with iPads to use during their time here. Almost everything we did in USEM this past semester required having a media device. Not all schools are as fortunate, though. I hope the school I work at in the future has the resources to provide at least enough devices like these for the teachers and students to check out. In my practicum for education, the 4th grade classroom I am in has MacBooks for every student to use while they're in the district, much like Maryville. Teaching in this day and age without technology is a difficult task. As a peer mentor, my job is to support my students in their first year at Maryville. I would go around the room each class briefly, asking if there was anything bothering them about school or the class itself. As a teacher, this is equivalent to welcoming the students into the classroom each morning. Outside of the classroom, I talked to one of my students about softball, her classes, and an upcoming exam. It was nice to get to know my freshmen outside of a rivalries in sports setting. While I know I won't be friends with my future students on Facebook, I am with my freshmen. I see on Facebook all the time that they hang out with each other outside of class, which is awesome. I help them create the bond that they have with each other. I told the freshmen that I was there to help them, and it took a while for one of the boys to reach out. I helped him complete a task he needed to do in order to make time for the group project for USEM. As an elementary school teacher, I want my students to know that I am always there to support them and help them in any way that I can.
Here, just follow, and then we'll just do a pull, and then this part is literally here. And you do another
Yeah.
and then bump, bump. Literally, there will be a bump for every single bump, but it's blank.
I also want to be there for my students in regards to their extracurricular activities. Obviously, I won't be able to be a part of the team, but I can go and support them. This semester, I supported my university seminar class in the fall festival activities. The video before was one of my students prepping for Mr. Maryville. When I signed up to be a peer mentor, I knew that it was going to relate to my major a lot. The subject doesn't really relate at all, but the overall idea does. I had 22 students that looked up to me as an upperclassman on campus that could help them if they needed. As with teaching, you often have to determine when your students need help without them coming directly to you. I talked with my students regularly, like I plan to with my elementary students. I do not want to overlook a student and find out that they fell through the cracks years later. I plan to be there for my students even after they have left my class, as I am with the freshmen. I have told them all not to be strangers around campus and to say hello when they see me. We were a close-knit family during the semester we had class, and I truly hope that it stays this way for all their years to come at Maryville. As I learned from Colin and Peter this semester, a lot of coaching is teaching. A number of the strategies Peter used to teach the class were ones you would expect to see in the gym or on the field. I didn't think they would work, but they did on the freshmen. I wouldn't be able to do this with my elementary students though, because they wouldn't get the idea behind it. I love seeing the connections the students have with each other and wonder if they would still be there if they were not in class together. These two girls came in as roommates, but I know that now they are even better friends due to this class. I hope that in my future classroom I am able to spot new friendships blossoming like I was this semester with the freshmen. It is amazing to think that I was part of this all. Being a peer mentor was a truly rewarding experience that I would not trade. Though it is not my first time doing so, I learned a lot about the experience and can relate it immensely to my major, elementary education.